Okay, everyone, hello, and I hope everyone is doing well. And so in this video, I'm going to do actually a couple things. The main subject of this video is to explain what happened during the last couple days. I was actually challenged to a debate. Now, my YouTube channel has been online, the one, which is called Darth Dawkins Debunked the Website. The first time I ever posted a video was on May 3rd of 2019. So I just went over 4 years. Now, in the 4 years that I've been online, Darth has never asked me, except for actually, well, I take that back. There have been times when he has challenged me, but it's been quite a while, actually, a good while. So the other day, I received a challenge from a third person. And this third person, again, now I'm making the assumption that this is not a practical joke or a lie. So that is, I'm doing this with that presumption, okay? But I was approached by a third person in Clubhouse saying that they were speaking with Darth Dawkins, and Darth challenged me to have a debate. But I'm not, that's the second part of this video. The first part, I want to go over something which a lot of people are not aware of, but I wanted to bring this out. I'm just going to recap because I've did probably 3 or 4 videos about this already, but I'm going to recap. And then after I recap, I'm going to show you the latest clip. All right. Not many people have seen this particular clip that I'm about to show you. Approximately, probably between 1.5 years to 2 years ago, Darth Dawkins went into a live stream. This was on S.J. Thompson's YouTube channel. She was doing a live stream, and he went in and he posted a short video clip, which was probably only a few seconds long, actually. But to make a long story short, what Darth was trying to do was to create the impression, and he admits this because I've did videos where he comes straight out and he admits that he did this deliberately. So this was something that was done premeditated. It was done in a planned way. He planned it. And remember now, this is with a caveat that, remember, Darth says that he is a Christian, okay? Get that. He says he is a born-again Christian. So let's take a look at what Mr. Wonderful did. Fantastically beautiful Christian man. Yep. I'm sure every atheist even thinks that he's a great Christian man. Anyway, what he did, he posted that particular clip trying to create the impression that it was actually himself. But where he got the clip from, it was later found out that he had went to another YouTube channel by a completely different person, and he copied a clip. He actually took part of one of the videos on that channel, and using that particular clip, he edited it. And so the finished product that Darth, once he was finished, it was designed and edited to try to create the impression that it was Darth who was in the clip, but it actually wasn't. All right, it was another person. And after everything came out in the open, it was found out that Darth had taken the clip of a deceased person. This is a person who had been deceased a year earlier, and that was the clip that he used in the little shenanigan that he did. It was of a dead person. I've already posted videos before related to this. The deceased person's name was Patrick Rivelli. Okay? If you go to my channel, you can see some of the videos related to this already. But let me give the last little, I guess you could say, segment of this particular incident. After Darth had did what he did, and after he was found out, you know, when people found out what he had did, I ran across a conversation that he was having in one of his, either in his room or one of his so-called friends' rooms. And I'm going to play that clip in a second. But basically what he did, he came out and he admitted that he had did that. He admitted it before, but he admitted it again that he had did that. And remember, this guy says he's a Christian, okay? He referred to what he did as a practical joke. Now, one thing about this particular channel where he got the video off of is that if you go to that channel, and I will leave the link to that channel in the description area, but if you go to that channel, the first thing that you see on that channel is the Patrick Rivelli memorial video. It was a video that his family posted, which was as a memorial for Patrick Rivelli. That's the first video you see when you go to the channel. So it's kind of hard to miss that. You know, when you go to the channel, it's a little hard to skip over that. But this, remember, Mr. Wonderful, this beautiful Christian man, he says he's a Christian, is posting a video clip of a deceased person, and then once he was found out, he laughed about it. And then another thing, here's the other thing, and you're going to listen to this shortly. He referred to the people that fell for it, the people who were deceived. And Darth deliberately deceived. He did it with deception. It was premeditated and it was pre-planned, and Darth did it deliberately. This is what he's made out of. This is the material and the content of this person's personality, his character. This is the content of Darth Dawkins' character. Get this. He actually said that the people who fell for this so-called practical joke, they are mentally deranged. Here's the clip.
All the glory.
No, yes. Well, he's the one who gave me whatever intelligence I have. But I must say, though, but I am much more pretty than they are.
Well, I don't know it, and I mean, all the crowd is very curious. And when you put a supposed picture of yourself, which which they thought it was an accident, and then it wasn't actually.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about the video?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. So this just goes to show you how mentally deranged and warped some of these people are out there. That is what you call a practical joke. And within an hour, I had announced that I was just doing a practical joke on the atheists because I knew how they lost their minds if they thought I appeared on camera. Okay? It's called a practical joke. But now we have these people with stage 5 Darth Dawkins derangement syndrome who are actually analyzing the video and saying, Darth edited the original video.
Well, they were desperate to find something to criticize your action.
I know. You know, this is why one day, maybe if Donald Trump gets back in the White House, there might be a cure for Darth Dawkins derangement syndrome, but some of these people now have stage 5, and I don't think they have much hope.
Well, I think that will go on as long as you display your superior brilliance and intelligence, and they will always be butthurt because they are not reaching.
Okay, now that was a Christian or someone who claims to be a born-again Christian. Okay? And if you go to my channel, there is a clip where someone actually asked Darth, how do you know whether someone is actually a Christian or not? And Darth referred to the verse. But if you go to the Bible, one of the things that Jesus said about how you will know is, he said, you'll know them by their fruits. You'll know them by basically not what they say as much as what they do. And Darth has even more or less he's made a duplicate comment of what I just said. He's basically agreeing to that. Okay, so people, be aware, especially if you are a new Christian. Be aware of this person, this character by the name of Darth Dawkins. Be aware of his personality. Be aware of the content of his character. Be aware of what this guy is made out of, because he will look you dead in the eye and tell you he is a born-again Christian. Whether or not you want to think he is or not, or you know, whatever your view is, that's fine. You're the one that's going to make up that decision as to what you think about anybody. But note that what he said in the video, he said that after he did this, he wanted to see what the reaction would be. And the ones who were deceived, in other words, they fell for the deception of a born-again Christian. They fell for that deception. He referred to those people as being mentally deranged. So, it is just my view. This person by the name of Darth Dawkins, psychologically, okay, forget about spiritually, forget about philosophy. I'm talking strictly in terms of psychology. This guy needs some psychological help. And if you noticed a few days ago, I actually put out a video saying that he does need help. And that was the intent of that video. I didn't spell it out why exactly I titled the video that way, but now you can see it. Okay, so this is the content of this guy's character. This is the core of what he is made out of. Be careful about this guy. I would avoid him like I would avoid the plague. Now, as far as the debate, remember, I'm going to get to that now. The debate was given to me, or a supposed challenge was given to me in Clubhouse by a third person. And again, I am taking this under the assumption that this third person is genuine. I'm making an assumption. It could have been Darth himself. I don't know. It could have been someone in cahoots with Darth. I don't know. I don't know anything about this person who supposedly is in contact. He is in contact with Darth to the degree that he's got an open dialogue with Darth. That's apparently what it looks like. But again, this could be a hoax. It could be a quote unquote practical joke. It could be. Okay, now what you're looking at right now, that is the first message that I received. It was around 11:13 a.m. And by the name of a person in Clubhouse, he goes by the screen name of 𝖵𝗫𝗁. And that was basically where he said that Darth had challenged me and that he agreed to a debate where I would speak for 30 minutes and then he would speak for 30 minutes. All right? Or vice versa. He would start and then I would finish. Either way. But Darth supposedly said he would agree to this. Now, that was around 11, just a little after 11. Once I read it over, there were other messages sent back and forth between myself and 𝖵𝗫𝗁. But basically what it boiled down to was that within a 5-hour period, okay, within 5 hours, going from 11 in the morning until approximately 3 in the afternoon, this is just a rough time scale, not exact time. Darth had basically went from a position of saying that he wanted to debate me to insulting me, and evidently, I mean, not really in so clear terms, but it looks like he does not want to debate. All right, and I'm going to show you now the final note that I received from 𝖵𝗫𝗁. But before I show you that, let me explain what I did. While I was chatting, I added a stipulation. I suggested, or I asked, would it be permissible, or I should say, let me start over. I said that I will agree to the 30-30, but I will want to start off with a 5-minute open statement. And of course, Darth can start off with up to 5 minutes to do an opening statement. So in other words, it would be 5 minutes opening statement from myself, 5 minutes opening statement from Darth, and then the 30-30 for a total of 70 minutes, or up to 70 minutes. Now, I don't think that was unrealistic. I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say that that's what I want, because there are other debates where Darth has been in already, and he agreed to an opening statement. It may not have been 5 minutes. It may have been 2-3 minutes, whatever is the case. Maybe it was 5 minutes, but he never, as far as I am aware of, in any of the videos I've ever seen, he has never objected to that stipulation. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I've never seen it. So the other suggestion that I made, or the other stipulation, I should say, was that I said that before I agree to speak with him, it needs to be clear. Darth needs to understand that this is something where he must have up to 70 minutes of uninterrupted time. In other words, he has to be able to have the ability to set aside and reserve up to 70 minutes of time for this particular conversation or chat or whatever the case may be. Okay? Now, I don't feel that's unreasonable, especially due to the fact that on several occasions, if you go to the internet and look at Darth when he speaks with others, he often says something, as an example, he'll say, "Oh, well, I'm done with you. I'm finished. You know, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time." So I said, I don't want to hear those words coming out of his mouth. If he's going to do this, then he needs to agree to up to 70 minutes of uninterrupted time. I don't feel that's unreasonable. I don't think there's anything objectionable about it. Okay, now I'm going to show you now the response that I got back after I sent these two amendments, I guess you could call it. Here is the final response that I got back. And by the way, what I did was I asked Charles Sentry to pass that message in writing. I wanted Darth to be able to actually look at that in writing so that there would be no question or nothing ambiguous. Okay, so I would want something that he can actually look at and read. Now, here is the response that I received. I asked him, did he give that to Darth in writing? And he said he did. And he said that Darth said, I'm done with that moron. And then he said, I asked, what does that mean? And then he said he's still waiting for a response. So that was the final message so far. If Darth wants to continue, fine. If he doesn't want to continue, fine. Now, let me say something. This would have been one of Darth's golden opportunities. Let me put it that way. Let me use those words. Golden opportunity. Sound familiar? So to Darth, this would have been a golden opportunity. Think about it. I mean, I'm a guy that has been on YouTube 4 years. I've got a website against, what he says. It's anti-him 100%. I've got a quiz that's 100% against him. I've got a website that is 100% against him. He knows who I am. He has my email address. He has my videos. If he needs to contact me, he can contact me. I think it's a little odd. Why would he need to go through a third person if he wanted to debate me? You know what I call that? I call that using someone. That's what I call it. Okay, so anyway, this guy, whether or not he wants to debate me, I don't even care. Because at this point in time, it doesn't even matter. Right now, my YouTube channel is a relatively small channel. I have approximately, I think the last time I checked, 680 subscribers. But basically, think about this. I have those 680 subscribers, and I achieved that without saying hardly a word about my own worldview or my own beliefs. So what I think that means is that whether or not I state my own worldview or my own beliefs is totally irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I debate or don't debate. I don't care. I'll do it for the fun of it. But mainly what I would do, and like I said before, a couple nights ago, I actually said when we were having it went about 4 hours long actually, but I said in that chat that was online, I said that Darth is just smart enough that he knows not to try to challenge me or to be in the same room as me. He's just smart enough. Okay, so I'm going to close the video, but I think the main thing to remember, the main idea of this video, if you are either a Christian or a new Christian, I would be extremely skeptical. Extremely skeptical. The skeptic meter would be off the scale as far as viewing this guy, Darth Dawkins, as being what he claims to be. Be careful with this guy.